Oh, that's in the outtakes. Welcome to the next episode of 30k on the channel. I'm joined by...
Max.
I'm joined by myself, along with Pete. Yeah. So we're going to be playing the S-tier army that we all know and love, the White Scars. But yeah, actually, on a non-joking way, we're going to be playing White Scars versus my Iron Warriors and Solar in a 3,250 point list, unless I've got it wrong.
No, you got that right. 10 points to Gryffindor.
Excellent. And we're going to be playing a mission that I will release below in the notes, where you randomise what objective you're going for. So we've got 6 total objectives on the table, 1 in each deployment zone, 4 in no man's land. And before the game, we've both randomised what objective we're going for.
And you've previously had these, you've had us play these at one of the events around the Manchester area, haven't you?
Yes, so it's one of the Melos events that me and Phil ran. It was the skirmish mission of like meeting engagement, where your forces have different objectives coming forward and they meet with opposing. Do you know, like, you might not have the same objective as your opponent, like in a normal Heresy mission. So with that, we'll get into army lists. I will go first with my absolute nightmare of a list to read out. So I've got my Warsmith Diogenes, who has got a Thunder Spear, because it's a spear, not a hammer. He's got it's mastercrafted, and then he's a Warsmith, so he's got a servo arm with that and a Cortex controller, though the Cortex controller would be completely useless. Yeah. I then have 5 Dominators, which are the Iron Warriors Elite Terminators, which have Thunder Hammers and Stubborn as standard. So I have 15 Space Marines in tactical format. They have got chain bayonets, shrapnel bolters. The Sergeant has Artificer armor and a Graviton mace. I've got 10 Breachers. They've got bolters, not shrapnel bolters. 2 Melter Guns, Nuncio Vox, Vexilla. The Sergeant has Artificer armor, Combi Melter, Thunderhammer. They are in a drill.
Oh.
They are.
Yeah.
I've got 10 Tactical Smoke Marines with Plasma Guns. They've got Artificer Armor Sergeant in a Rhino with a Dozer Blade. I've got a Tech Marine Covenant with a Cognisignum, and you can sort of mull over in your mind of where they might be going. I've got 8 Veterans with Nemesis Bolters, Chain Swords, Artificer Armor. 4 Apothecaries, 2 of which have Artificer Armor, Graviton Mace, 2 of which have Artificer Armor. 9 Heavy Sport Marines with Las Cannons, Nuncio Vox, Artificer Armor Sergeant.
Okay.
Scorpius, because Scorpius is a great. I've then got an allied detachment of a Legate Marshal with Paragon Blade and Artificer Armor. So he gives me a doctrine for the Solar, which I've chosen to get Velataris as my troops, which is like the classic Solar, it's a Solar pattern detachment.
Are they line then?
They are line troops. Sorry, yeah, that is a very good point actually. They're line troops. I've got 2 squads of 20 Velataris in the same tertio. They've got 5 Storm Axes, 15 Volkite Chargers in each, and a Vox Interlink in each, because they don't want to be running away. I've then got an Infantry Tertio with 10 in a command squad. That then unlocks me to get a Command Vox, so that's where my Lord Marshal can go in to spread his leadership across the army. Okay. Very useful. 20...
Leadership value of what?
10.
Oh.
10, yeah. Oh. So you'll be seeing a lot of Marines running away, but not a lot of Auxilia, weirdly. I've got 20 rifles with a Vox Interlink and 10 rifles with a Vox Interlink. That's all in the same tertio. I then have 5 Medicaes, so each section will get a Medicae. So that's a 6-up Feel No Pain. Yeah. And then I have an Artillery Tertio, which has a team of 2 quad launchers with shatter shells, so that's the strength 8 Sunder ones. And I've got 3 rapier carriages with Gravis multi-lasers, which is strength 6. There's 6 shots each, strength 6. Twin linked, so quite good. Okay. I'm expecting them to do next to 0, but if they kill 2 jet bikes across the entire game, they have got their points back. So, right, go on, Pete, what am I facing off against?
What are you facing? So, Something I haven't run yet in 2.0. I did run it mid 1.0 for my scars. It's Angel's Wrath, or if Lex is watching this, it's Angel's Wrath, apparently.
Wrath.
Yeah, he slapped me over the arm a couple of times.
Well, he is Southern, and you are Welsh, and I'm Northern, so maybe he's got the final say on it. I don't know.
So I have got a Khan, or Praetor, in Terminator armor that unlocks the Rite of War. He has a Magna Combi weapon, which is the Melter, and then he's got a Paragon Blade. Okay. With him is a command squad retinue of 5 chosen. Again, Tartaros armor. 4 have chain fists because they're modelled up that way, and the standard bearer has a power glaive. It's probably
so
not
thunder hammers at all.
not the optimal choice. See,
are they not thunder spears?
No, thunder fists. Next, I have a Herald on a Scimitar jet bike, just to allow one unit that's on jet bikes. Spoiler alert, because I'm running scars, I've got jet bikes.
Never saw that coming.
And then I've got a Stormseer on a jet bike as well. He's got telepathy, why not? He's got a psychic hood, and yeah, it's the scimitar type. I haven't changed them around to Shamshirs, which I'm trying to do when I've got time. In my troops section, I've got 3 tactical squads. 2 tactical squads of 10 guys. One's got Artificer armor and a Power Fist, and a Vexilla in the squad. They are in a Storm Eagle gunship. It's got multi-melters at the front. It's got then the las cannons with it as well. The second squad, pretty much identical, except for it's got it's identical.
It's identical, there we go.
And the final one is 10 tactical Space Marines with just Artificer armor and a power glaive on the Sergeant. No Vexilla in there. In my fast attack, I've got a Xiphon. I've got a squadron of 2 Kazagan speeders, each with a Hunter Killer missile, because I had the spare points. And then I've got a squadron of 8 jet bikes, Sky Hunters, all with the Volkites. The Sergeant has Artificer armor, and there's a Vexilla in there. Heavy support, I've only got the one selection, which is Fire Raptor. It's got the autocannons on the side, and it's been upgraded to Hellstrike missiles. Finally, a channel first, before yours has been even finished.
Yes, before mine has been finished.
Yes.
Never mind on the channel.
The creme de la creme of super heavies, Lords of War, the only proper Space Marine super heavy.
Is that what we're going down with?
A Thunderhawk.
Nice, classic, absolute classic.
And I have given it a flare shield because I do want to keep it alive. I have played with it. I played Phil actually with it, and you guys can hopefully give some comments about it.
You should be able to fire all these weapons, right?
Yeah, I can fire at different targets, but I can't fire more than 4 weapons.
Which is an interesting take if purposeful.
Yeah.
Like if that was meant.
Well, they haven't FAQ'd it yet, even though I have mailed them. I have Forge World.
All the name drops from you today, Pete. All the name drops. Yeah, those are the armies. So, Pete, you're not going to be deploying very much on the board.
No.
And actually, we had Henry and his flyers last game.
Yeah.
So we'll see if massed flyers can do better than sort of like. Well, 3 should be massed flyers for a game of this scale, but maybe you need to go more than 3 to make it work. We'll see. We'll see anyway.
5 flyers.
5.
Yeah.
And if you like the game, if you want to see more, don't forget to comment below what you liked, what we could do better, whether you can fire more than 4 weapons and we've somehow missed it, but hopefully we have. But you've scoured that rulebook, have you not?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you really like it, subscribe, and there is a Patreon link below where you can get yourself access to the Discord as well as get a bouncy tray that you will see featured in this game. So we'll get into deployment. So this is the board that we're playing on today. We have the Governor's Mansion with we've got the Governor's Mansion with the crop fields in a bit of a forest and silos.
Yeah.
And a missile silo.
And a missile. Well, you know.
All types of silo.
Yeah.
Which in fact was the joke I was making when I made the silos. So Pete, you won the roll off to go first.
I did, yeah. And
Where did you deploy?
I've gone around the mansion. I've gone around the Spencer mansion, trying to search out the T-virus in there.
Yeah.
I've only deployed 2 units, or rather, I've only deployed the Kazagan speeders, and then the large squad of Skyhunter jet bikes. But they do have 2 characters in there. They do have the Herald and they do have the Stormseer in there. Okay. The rest, everything else is in reserve currently. One good change about Angel's Wrath between previous edition and this edition is that if it's transport and a flyer, it can come on at the start of turn 1. So I've got the Thunderhawk and 2 Storm Eagles that can potentially do that.
So one thing that we didn't actually say, where have you placed your objective, Pete?
My objective, everyone loves ladders, so I've got it down here.
Yeah. I placed my objective in the missile silo.
Okay.
That seems pretty valuable, you know?
Yeah.
We then have 4 objectives in no man's land. 1, 2, 3, and silo number 6 over there. I deployed second against Pete. Of which I've got my Velataris Tertio over this side of the battlefield with their Medicae. I've got my Tactical Marines going up the centre. I've got my multi-lasers ready to just sort of move out from behind the silos, because I sort of need to start killing them jet bikes and the speeders before everything else ruins my day. I've got my artillery in the centre behind the line of sight, blocking terrain as much as possible. Same with the Scorpius behind their silos, or that silos. My Dominators in the middle with my Warlord. My Rifle Tertio. The las cannons with their Tech Marine and Apothecary. Veterans with their Apothecary. And my Plasmas in their Rhino going on a bit of a flanking mission. So yeah, that is my deployment. Basically, I'm going to move forwards and attempt to swamp Pete in bodies. is the plan. Wave attack, get the whistles out, and I'm going to attempt to seize. Oh, yes! Look at that. Sorry, Pete, but not that sorry. So we'll get into Iron Warriors and Solar turn 1. So the Velataris on this side of the battlefield move their 6, and they could run. Oh, they're heavy, so they can't run. Okay. Oh, Velataris, why are you so slow? All the Tertio is going to do that. They're going to be one big blob this game, and just be really annoying, I think, until Pete's. Basically, until your flyers come on and just ruin my day by killing everyone. Let's just take the medic out of the squad there. I've got my Tactical Marines, which I'll measure rather than guesstimating like an idiot. They're going to go 7 to round that corner and hope that they're within. They're going to try and basically bait out Pete's charge, because if Pete charges with those jet bikes, I reckon I can muller him. If he gets so far out of position with them, he'll make a nice juicy target with which to get everything in my army firing at him. But that might be what he wants me to do. My Warsmith is going to sprint forwards to here, accompanied by his Dominators going an inch slower, because these are actually cataphracti.
Don't they count as heavy?
They are, yeah.
So they can't run?
No, they're just moving their movement distance forward. Rather than sprinting,
okay.
They're moving to there, but I'm describing it epically.
Okay.
This is where the music swells in the background, Pete. My Rhino is going to go 12 and 14 to here to go at 16. So my rifle squads here are going to move forward 3, because that will put me within 3 inches of this objective, and just get to here and sort of just nicely hang out. The rifle squad, they've got 30 inch range. I'm going to move forward 6. and just get to there. On my movement trays, oh, it's such it's so much easier playing this Solar Army when you've actually got movement trays. And that, I think, oh, I've got my multi-lasers that I've actually got to do something with. So with their Relentless, they move out from behind the silos and sight down Pete's jet bikes down there.
Ooh.
Yeah, surprisingly, I'm going for one of your 2 units on the board, Pete. I know that might be a complete shocker to you, but it's happening. These guys are just going to shuffle to just get out of the way of my veterans, my veterans are going to move forward with their Relentless Nemesis bolters and get to here. Now, this is actually the first time I've used veterans with Nemesis bolters. You can blame, Pete, the Sector Wargaming guys who use them against me. And I've got to say, they're pretty tasty by the looks of it when they played them against me. So I decided they get shoved into the list post haste. So that is my movement phase. Yeah, everyone's moved. I want to move. Yeah, everyone's moved. And
we agreed that night fighting isn't in place.
Oh yeah, there's one. Night fighting is not in place because, yeah, well, you actually got to choose, didn't you? Because you were the attacker in these scenarios. The attacker chooses night fighting or not, because obviously the attacker chooses when to launch an attack.
Yeah.
Though surprisingly, I'm moving forwards as well. So, the best form of defense is attack, Pete.
Yeah.
The best form of attack is attack as well. So that's why we'll get into the shooting phase now.
Okay.
We're going to start with the Rapier multi-lasers, who are just in range of the first 3 jet bikes, of which Pete is rebasing his models as we speak. Yeah, so they're going to fire into the jet bikes. Oh, I suppose they have the option of the Kazagan, but I reckon these are all going to die to Pete's Storm Eagles anyway, so we'll let them just not have targets anyway. So, yeah, we've got 18 multi-laser shots from the Rapiers, of which I've already dropped 1 dice before I've rolled. They hit on 4s, but they are twin-linked with their Gravis multi-lasers. So, a respectable number of hits. I think that was a fair amount of 6s in there, actually. So, the re-rolls, of which I get a further 3. So, 13 hits.
Yeah. Strength
6. So,
toughness 7.
Toughness.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
no, into the...
Yeah, you're shooting at these, so 2s, yeah.
2s, yeah. Tasty. So, that's 3, 6, 9, 11.
11 saves. Oh.
Fairly nice. Did you want to react to that, by the way? I sort of sped through.
No.
No, okay.
I know what I want to react to. I know what's coming.
Yeah. Very good point, actually. Very good point.
Yeah. So, I'm going to start taking these on the unit sergeant.
Okay.
Okay, who's
In
got
ones.
artificer
Yeah,
armor.
yeah.
So I'm going to do 2 dice at a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. It's 4, fine. 6, fine.
Fine.
Double 1. 7, 8, fine.
Fine.
10, fine.
And the final dice. Oh, not in the tray. Not in the tray. I can't get it in a tray.
Ah, he takes a wound. Boom. Well done, multi-lasers. You tanked out the sergeant. Well done. Do you know what? That is about as much as I... Do you know what? That is about as much as I expect from those multi-lasers all game. If they can tank that sergeant's 2 up, they have done their job. Well done, pig. So I'm going to centre my Scorpius Blast there. And I definitely can't see with anything. But I hit.
Okay.
So how many do I get there, Pete?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5?
Yeah, only the flag that side. 5.
So with 5 hits, I didn't move, so my Scorpius gains Rending 4 up.
Yep.
I feel like you've heard this one before.
I've done it to people.
You terrible, terrible man. So 5s, oh, not 5s, 2s. 2s.
So everything wounds with 3 rending.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's all strength 8.
Yeah.
So you want to start tanking, I imagine.
I'm going to tank the 2 AP4 shots on the sergeant.
So this is in 1s. No, 1. Oh, so he takes 1 anyway.
Yeah.
So the sergeant is dead, and now you've got to remove 3 from the... So the sergeant's dead and you've got to remove 3 from the rending.
There you go.
Cool. So, horrendously successful Scorpius barrage there.
Half the unit gone.
that was much more than I was expecting that to be. To be completely honest.
But you can't pin me.
No, that's actually fair to say, because it's shell shock 1 normally. So next, my quad rapiers are going to fire at the front end of that bike. Oh, and go 10 inches off into, I imagine, complete nothingness.
So it was from there, wasn't it? Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
And maybe if I flip back that way, we will see. Hit, so I get 1 bike.
Yep.
Success. So 1 bike at strength 5, wounds. So
Wounds, AP 4, 5. So I'll just take it on a normal mook. Fails one.
Wound. It just stays alive. It's alive. Yep. Oh, do I want to fire the las cannons on Nemesis bolters first? Nemesis bolters are going to fire first. The reasoning being, the las cannons could do with taking out the planes, so I need more of the las cannons to stay alive when Pete returns fire. Go on.
Strength of the Nemesis bolters?
5, rending 5. So the Nemesis bolters hits on 3s.
Okay.
It's all coming up Pete on that roll.
Alright.
It's 3s to wound, but 3 rends and a wound.
Okay. So 3 rends and a wound.
Yes. And they're precision shots, aren't they?
Yeah, so how would you like to do them?
3 precision shots on your Stormseer.
Okay.
And everything on your Stormseer. I don't like him. So he's got a save and 3 invuns to make.
So the normal save, 2 up. It's fine. And then 5 up refractor fields.
Yes. Oh, he loves it.
He only takes the 1 wound.
Okay. Then finally, I've got 9 las cannons that are going to fire into the unit.
So I will react
with. I'm trying to psychically determine what Pete's going to do. You're going to return fire, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes. So
I'm outside of the psychic power and the heavy bolter, but I have got a lot of oil coming back at you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my las cannons with their tech marine hit 8 times and boom, 6 times.
6 wounds.
6 wounds.
So at the moment I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Volkite.
Yeah.
And as I said, the 2 heavy bolters are out of range. So it's gonna. I'll try and do it on the Herald. Yeah. No. And then I have to take one on the Stormseer then.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to.
Well, yeah.
Like,
one will
still get your return fire.
One will still end up being on the Stormseer. If I took 4 of them on the rest of them now, one will end up being on the Stormseer. So I may as well take it now. He's fine.
Yeah. So you can continue taking it on the Stormseer.
Yeah.
It's up to you, obviously. It depends how much you want the turning off reactions in your phase versus...
No, I'll leave the Stormseer as it is now, and that means the rest of the squad are removed.
Yeah. But you then get your, 24 Volkite shots back?
20 shots.
20 shots.
4 guys, 5
shots each, yeah.
So, 20 shots, hitting on 3s, wounded on 2s.
Yes. Pete, you need to be using your Escher dice, mate.
I know, I need all those Escher dice, so...
I think you need groups of 20 Escher dice from this sort of stuff. So 2s to wound.
2s. So that is 7 wounds, please. 7
wounds?
Yeah.
I'm just going to start tanking on dudes first.
Yep.
Sergeant. He's fine. He dies, but with a feel no pain. He dies. So there's a sergeant dead for 2 wounds.
Oh, 2 wounds.
As in, I tanked one.
Oh, yeah.
And the sergeant dies on the second.
Yeah, so 5 left.
Yeah, so normal mooks. 1 goes through.
Yeah, feel no pain.
With a feel no pain. No, so 2 total wounds to deflag.
2 deflags. Oh. 1 more.
So 3 up. Yeah. He's fine. So that's 2 total las cannon dudes removed and a fairly successful shooting phase. So
that's what you get for season, isn't it? It's what needs to happen here.
So leadership test for the Stormseer.
Yeah.
Because his unit's been wiped out. He loves it.
He's fine.
He's leadership 9.
Yeah.
And that is over to your turn 1.
Yeah.
Okay, Pete.
Hello.
Your movement phase, how did it go?
So what I've done is I brought on the Thunderhawk at the very back of the board edge.
Yeah.
It moved 21 inches because I get that additional inch.
But you then have to fly your flyer at the additional inch.
Yeah. So it's moved on to try and stay as back as far as possible because I don't want to get close to you because then I lose targets.
Yeah.
Yeah. The 2 Storm Eagles have come on 19 inches, again 18 base plus 1, and they've come on effectively try and get a whole idea of what's on the battlefield to target rich.
Yeah.
The Kazagans have moved out so that they can start shooting at the Velataris.
Any that survive that, the double blast of the Steagle.
Depends on what I'm shooting first.
It does.
Then the Stormseer has gone for a bit of a suicide charge, running out as far as he can, just so that he can get within range of something to turn off reactions.
Yes. So I have 1 movement phase reaction in which I'm going to intercept the Steagle on this on a camera left.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I'm going to do that with the las cannons.
Sure.
So there are currently 7 las cannons left.
Okay. I'm going to declare a jink.
See, it used to be funny when people said it about tanks. Now it's funny when people say it about flyers.
Or jet bikes, anything.
So I hit you on 6s for nothing.
Hey. And I can relax.
Yeah, that sigh of relief, I think, was felt across the world.
Yeah, okay. At the start of the shooting phase, I'm going to turn off 1 reaction. Can you guess what I'm going to turn off the reaction for?
Are you within 24 inches?
I am within 24 inches.
Okay, then you're going to do that. That's going to be
the las cannons. Yeah.
Okay, do your worst.
Okay. So, I'm actually going to open up with the Kazagans firing first.
Okay.
Just to start to trim the herd, as it were.
Into the front squad of Velataris?
Into the front squad, yeah. So
no sneaky play?
No.
Of like, oh, I'll target the back one for some unknown reason?
No. I'm not that smart enough. You probably thought something out, but
I've not, Pete. I just thought I'd ask.
So I'm going to start off. They both have a Reaper autocannon, hitting on 3s, so 6 shots each.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of dice. How many dice is that?
12 dice.
12.
Yeah. And I've still got the. Sorry, this is the carries this is the carries. I've got the Reaper, two twin linked Reapers next.
Okay.
So that's a further 8 shots. So this one first, hitting on 3s, and this one doesn't get to reroll. So why couldn't I have seen those dice before? So strength 6 and rending on 6s.
I think if you choose to kill me, and I will have no saves at all because I've not got any intervening or anything.
Cool. But there is 3 1s in there, so that is 6 dead.
Okay, that is a base and a dude.
Cool. And then the carries.
Yep.
Hitting on 3s, but I get to re-roll these.
Ooh, lucky you.
Same result.
You were getting out all of your ones at the start of the game. I see the plan.
I thought they were Melos dice for a second. And then 2s.
You can't roll 1s on Melos dice.
There you go. So
another 2 dead.
Yeah, 2 more dead, please.
So that is a total of 8 dead from the unit.
Yeah.
So we are at point of leadership check.
Okay.
Just for your information.
Have they got to be in a certain leadership bubble of the top dude?
No, because they have a Vox in the squad.
Yeah.
Across the entire
like a network.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know what I should have done? I should have removed casualties from the blob rather than the edge of the blob. But
Yeah, see,
What's done is done.
You've actually put them into the centre for me, and I appreciate it.
yeah, I've just kept them there. Oh, are you actually considering firing at something else now?
No,
No.
not at all. So I'm just trying to pick my targets because I've got 4 different weapons that I can shoot, and they do have machine spirit. I want to declare all my shots at once.
Okay.
So I've got the missiles.
Yeah. We're back.
Cool. So it does count as it's only got 4 weapons. So the multi-melter, the launcher, and 2 las cannons. The launcher with machine spirit, I'm just going to aim towards
around the.
Yeah.
I think that guy's head gets the most you can possibly get.
Yeah. Okay.
You starting with that one?
Yeah. Start there.
Aiming here.
Yep. First one hits.
Oh, that's a lot.
Second one
Goes that way.
6.
Which might still get some actually. If I'd have removed from the back of the blob, it might not have. But so he gets over the medic's head and gets from one squad 3, 6. So you got 6 from one blast.
Yeah.
Plus another 5, 9. So 15 total from the squad that I've removed casualties from before.
15. Yeah.
Yeah. And from the rear squad, you get 4, 8, 12. And 12 from the other squad. So, Pete, you're 15 from one squad and 12 on the other.
Yeah, so 15, that's the squad that's already taken wounds, yes?
Yes.
So here we go. Strength 5.
Toughness 3.
So 2s. Oh. Strength 5, toughness 3, 2s.
14.
Yeah, 14.
It might be enough to wipe the squad. So with my medic and not being doubled out, I get my 6 up save, and we'll see whether that's actually worth it. Because I sort of think they got a slight nerf because it's not still a 5 up like a Marine. But I do save 3 of them, so I have an amount left.
So,
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So, of the 13 that are left, 11 die. So that's 3 including the medic. I'm going to leave the Vox interlink on. And I'm going to leave a Volkite rather than an axe.
Yeah.
Because I think that might actually do better for me across this game. Is having those extra shots. 'Cause I'll never be able to catch Pete if Pete doesn't want to be caught.
Yeah.
So...
Okay, so the 12.
Yeah.
Again, 2s on these. So
10 total.
yeah.
So 10 6 ups. Oh, 2 6s, 8 dead. So that is potentially the same treatment. I'm going to leave the sergeant. So we now have a severely depleted Vexilla, Auxilia Tertio here.
I've still got a multi-melter and a las cannon to shoot into that squad.
You do, and that's the smallest squad of 3.
Yep, so multi-melter's the red dice. Twin linked on both of them.
Yep. So one hit and
one
then it will
hit
kill
from the
on
las cannon. There we are, something's dead.
Okay, so that just leaves the sergeant and the Vox left.
And second las cannon into the multi-laser.
Yes.
Hits.
Toughness 4.
Wounds.
Oh, it's not toughness 4, it's toughness 3, I lied to you.
Oh.
Still wounds. So, with that, you don't ignore cover, do you?
No.
As a flyer? So,
Yeah, you get a 6
up
cover,
for the
yeah.
trees, yay! No.
No.
1 dice.
Yeah.
1 dice. So, yeah.
Does that remove a base on that?
No, it removes a dude. So 3 wounds left on the rear rapier carriage. Depleted squads. Pete, what are you firing next?
Okay.
Is it going to be the Stormseer? Is it going to be the Thunderhawk? Is it going to be the Steagle? Okay.
Stormseer is now going to shoot. So he's going to fire his hallucinations at this tactical squad. So see if it goes off. It does. So now I take 6 dice. And I need to roll to hit, which I need nothing but 1s. So
So I've only got a -4, Pete.
Yeah. Well, add 4 to the dice that you're rolling.
I'm not stubborn. Same. The one. Oh no, they're pinned.
So they're pinned. Right, so after a bit of thinking, the Thunderhawk is going to fire the Thunderhawk cannon, the 2 las cannons, into the Iron Warriors las cannon squad. And then,
Funny that.
And then finally, just checking the range of it. If a heavy bolter.
Yeah, it will be
it's in
one
range. Oh, actually, a las cannon's 48, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not in range there. So I'm going to have to fire the las cannons then. Into that changes things. I'm actually going to fire heavy bolter and the 2 las cannons into the tacticals down there.
Into the tacticals.
Yeah.
Okay. The tactical squad, 2 las cannons into it. What else am I doing this turn? You see, at this point,
The heavy bolter and the las cannons.
white being the las cannons.
Sorry?
And just white being las cannons.
Twin linked. There.
All hit. So it's 2s on the white dice and 3s on the red dice.
Yeah. So 3 armor saves and 2 invulnerable saves, please.
I'm not Iron Hands, so 3 armor saves from them. They've got to feel no pain from the heavy bolter.
Are you sure you're not army saves?
They love it.
Iron Hands. And the 2 las cannons.
The 2 lads cannons just kill people. Yeah. I don't like seeing you, and I don't like seeing you. You're pointing. Rude to point. So, battle cannon into the las cannons.
Yeah, so.
The massive. Is it the full one, or is it?
No, it's this size by here.
Okay.
So.
And we'll get all of them if you hit there.
Yeah.
So do you want me to hold it and you roll it?
Please, yeah.
Right. So. Oh! That's a big scatter. That's 8-inch scatter.
Yeah, I think that's 8.
11 minus 4 is
7.
Yeah, 11 minus. So a 7-inch scatter for Pete gets him to hit. And do you hit anything? Maybe just one.
Think. Just one.
Yeah. So this is rending 6 up.
Yes. So, does it wound? Yes, it wounds.
Okay. Are you just, brutal? Are you
no?
anything?
You just
Does Destroyer do anything?
Destroyer.
So with Pete's 4 on his to wound, I get my armor save, but I won't get a feel no pain because it's strength 8. Do I tank on the sergeant? Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Cool. Final Steagle.
I don't think Thunderhawks need a buff, Pete.
It's because it missed. So on this Steagle, I'm going to fire the Havoc launcher. I'm going to fire the missile launchers at them.
The las cannons.
The las cannon squad. Sorry, 1 las cannon into them as well. Multi-melter. I'm going to fire down at the tactical squad because I've got 1 in arc.
Okay.
This las cannon will fire same target because I can't fire over here.
Okay.
Yeah, so multi-melter and a las cannon down at that squad.
Yeah. Both miss, both twin linked.
Both twin linked.
Both miss.
Yeah. Then the missile launcher.
So that's a large blast, which is over here.
Okay.
So centering the blast.
Same target, I think.
Yeah, in the middle. So it goes 3 inches to that way.
So
3?
3, yeah. And then the second one hits.
Right.
1, 8.
Okay. So that is a total of 11.
Yeah. 11.
Wounding on 3s.
Yeah. Wounded on
10 wounds.
10 wounds.
So I will get my armour and my feel no pain against this because it's strength 5. Turns out heavy squads are heavy. I'm going to take these on normal guys because they've got 3 ups, re-rollable, and a feel no pain.
Yeah.
And we're not even going to address the issue of a 2-up sergeant with re-rollable because heavy squads are heavy. And that was a very good roll.
That was.
It's an incredible roll, actually. So, he takes a wound. Does he ignore it on the feel no pain? No.
No. Extra las cannon shot in there. 1 hit. 1 wound.
And a 6 up cover? No. Oh, I think it might have been 5 up, but he dies anyway.
Yeah.
Is that your entire shooting phase, Pete?
Yeah, I think so. So we've got a save there, a leadership check there. Not enough here.
You killed 3 out of the 15, so no.
No.
Yeah.
But both here.
Right. So I've got on the squad of 2 Velatarius.
Yeah.
That here, leadership 10 for the Marshal being on the board. Mm-hmm. The squad of more Velatarius are fine. And this is where the Marines just cheese it, isn't it? It's just always the way. So, Iron Warriors, Las Cannons, leadership test. Oh, do you know what? Every time I roll the leadership test now, my heart is in my mouth. My Iron Warriors about to run away. And that is... Are you charged? Oh, you can't because you... So, no charges from you.
No charges. Yeah, that unit's now pinned until start my next turn, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. And that's over to Iron Warriors Solar. Turn 2. I'm going to move my Velataris forwards, the block of 2. And they're actually going to come over this way a bit. Just to spread out that little bit. Just that tiny little bit. My other squad is also going to move up its 6. To get to here. With their 2-inch coherency, because they're not... with their 2-inch coherency, because they're not close order drill. My multi-lasers are going to just... They're just going to mill around. The quad launchers are going to just pop their heads out, because they can move forward because they have relentless being rapier batteries. Definitely not in range, I don't think, of that Storm Eagle, but I'm just going to have to do it. Next, the Dominators are going to move up, and there's no score from me this turn, by the way, Pete.
Yeah, neither from myself.
Dominators just dominate upwards. Now this is where it becomes slightly more interesting. My plasmas, I think, are going to have to bail out because I'm going to have to do something against the Steagles. If I can shoot it out of the sky before it lands, there's going to be a real pain train for Pete.
Yep.
Which I'm not going to feel bad about when I do. Though I am really very slightly.
It's the risk that you take when you're playing the fly transports.
It is. So I move to there with my Rhino. I'm going to pivot at the end of my move, and then I'm going to get them out within 7. And hopefully be near that objective.
And I'm also going to do a movement reaction.
Do you not do it after I've finished my squads? I'm not going to envelop you, so basically it doesn't really matter.
I was tempted to just move closer next to you.
Right, let me get my squad out and then do that one. So my plasma guns have got out, and Pete's Stormseer has advanced towards the Rhino that they've just bailed out of. They might have left that in a bit of a bad position. No, you don't need infantry support, we're getting out now. The veterans are moving their way up, just the relentless, inexorable advance. Oh no, wait, inexorable's a rule. I shouldn't describe it as that. So yeah, they're just getting forward, just trying to be in a better position for later in the game. It's sort of bottlenecked. I find cover quite harsh now, even though you're going to be moving 5.
Yeah.
Which is a fairly good role for difficult terrain testing first.
Yeah.
I actually find myself going round cover quite a lot more. And do you know what, Pete? I really don't know why. Because it's not too harsh. So the militia are going to move 3, and even actually, because they're going to be snap firing anyway, they're going to move their 6 up here. And that is because they have heavy strength 6 las rifles that I actually want to snap fire at your Storm Eagle. So
strength what? Sorry.
Strength 6 at 18-inch range. So I might not be in range, but I'm going to try. So we'll just get all the characters into position. And I believe that is the end of my shooting, or my movement phase. So I think I might just be about 5 guys.
6.
Something like that. 6. Let's start there then. 6, since we know the number. Right, so 6 snap firing strength 6 las rifles into the Storm Eagle here. 1 hit! Yes! So I need another 6.
No.
That didn't sound real from Pete there. How dare you mock me? So my multi-lasers, when I'm not throwing the camera off the table, are going to fire into Pete's Storm Eagle.
Okay.
What do you want to do with it?
How many shots are you firing? About 18 shots?
18 strength 6, and it's twin linked.
Okay, so this one, it feels like I need to use one of my evade reactions on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So fishing for 6s. That's 3 with the Hobby Butterflies. Thank you, Hobby Butterflies.
Henry!
God damn it, Henry.
It's supposed to be on my side.
6s again. So another 2. So a total of 5.
But you need 6s again.
Yes, 6s again. Of which I get none.
Yeah. And that would only glance it as well, wouldn't it?
Yes. Yeah. No chance of blowing it out of the sky. Next, I'm going to fire my plasma guns at the same Storm Eagle.
Okay.
So I've got 3 in rapid fire and 10 total. So that's 13 shots hitting on 6s as per. Now, I'm just going to do them all at the same time because I've got an apothecary and a 3-up save, if you don't mind, Pete. Because I don't mind more dying.
No.
So, hitting on 6s. I've got no 1s. And I've got 4 6s. But these will need 5s to glance.
Yeah.
Oh no, they'll need 4s to glance because I'm an Iron Warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I've got a glance and 2 pens at AP.
A glance and
2 pens, yeah.
Yeah.
So the 2 pens, 6/6 double immobilized.
So yeah.
So we would now normally roll for
Crash.
like crash and burn. So rolling for the crash and burn, it's more like a save. Do you want to roll it, Pete, or do you want me to roll it? Is it because it's a 3-up to save yourself from a crash and burn, or do you want me to roll it and then me try and roll low?
Go on then.
Right, so I'm looking for 1s and 2s here. Oh no! So it basically is stunned for the next turn.
Yeah.
So I'm slightly safe from that Storm Eagle till next turn because it's locked into what it's doing as a flyer. So that means I can actually, because I pre-measured the range of my quad launcher and I didn't know which target I wanted to fire into. So it slightly frees me up with the other quad launcher to fire into the other Storm Eagle, which is exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So
on this, it's strength
8.
8.
Fishing for 6s on 4 dice.
Fishing for 6s on 4 dice. Not twin linked.
Nope.
No. Okay. Yeah. Go for it.
Leave me with it. Yeah. So that's basically to decide. So that's basically to decide whether you want to evade this or the las cannons or anything like that, isn't it?
Yeah. And how many hull points did I take back then? It was
3 total.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So fishing for 6s with the quad launcher. Nothing.
Yeah.
Good job you didn't evade there.
Yeah.
I'm next going to fire my las cannons into the furthest thing away that they can hit, basically. So the las cannons just about have the range, or the rear las cannon, to actually touch the Thunderhawk.
On the nose.
Yeah, which actually I wasn't expecting it, and that's because the las cannons at the rear of the Thunderhawk couldn't fire at me.
Yeah.
Pete, I'm firing my las cannons at your Thunderhawk.
Yeah. So remember a big thing in Heresy 1.0 where Thunderhawks couldn't jink? They can evade.
We did it!
Yeah, we finally did it.
See, Thunderhawks aren't all bad, Pete. So, looking for 6s. One goes through. This is strength 10 because I'm an Iron Warrior.
So actually, I've got Flare Shield as well, firing at the front, so it negates your Iron Warriors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You're still penning on a 3. No,
Yeah, 'cause his strength is 12 on the
12
front.
on the front, so you need
3 to glance.
3 to glance. You need a 4 to pen, yeah.
I pen.
10, okay.
Roll to see if you evade.
Yeah.
Pete. Oh, he's not got his Escher dice. He's not got his Escher dice.
Oh, I saw the
Goes through.
6.
What's it do? Nothing at all. So it's just 1 whole point on the Thunderhawk. And how many does that go down to this edition?
I think it's still got 9, so it goes down to 8.
Next, I'm going to fire my Velataris into the Kazagan. Now that Pete has popped his reactions,
Yeah.
and I can basically do it with a bit of impunity. So they've got 15-inch range with the Volkites. So 15-inch range, not too many. Maybe like the front 3.
No, it's that 5.
Right. So I've got 10 shots from the Volkites into the Kazagan, hitting on 3s because Velataris are really good. So 8 hits. Your toughness 6. 7. 7. So still 6s. Everything seems to be 6s this turn, Pete. So 1 wound on your 3-up save.
Fine.
Fine. Pish.
Yeah.
So, in a surprise turn of events, the veterans can't actually see the Stormseer. So, they're going to snapfire at the Storm Eagle that's already taken 3.
Yeah.
Ooh. I could actually start chipping away at another Storm Eagle.
You can, yeah. It's 72-inch range, haven't you?
Yeah. I'm going to try and chip away at the tactical squad in here. Yeah, it's on. Cool. I'm now terrified of it not being on. So, my veterans are going to fire into the Storm Eagle that's bouncing about here. They need 6s to hit. Nothing.
Sad face.
I'm running out of stuff. We'll check to see if any las rifles can fire into your Stormseer. But first, to prevent that,
You fired some of them.
I fired the front squad of las rifles.
Okay.
So the rear 2 squads, I'm going to see if I can fire. First, I'm going to fire my Rhino into the Stormseer next to it. So it hits twice.
Yeah.
Wounds on 4s.
2 wounds. Oh. 2 ups. He's fine.
Now we do have to fire the las rifles. So of the remaining squads of las rifles that didn't shoot at the Storm Eagle, which was the rear 2 squads, there's 30 members. They've got heavy 2 las rifles, so I'm going to snap shoot 30 las rifle shots into the Stormseer. And that's from 2 squads, but we'll just do it in one go.
Yeah.
Because
we haven't got all night.
Yeah, Pete would like to get home at some point. Hitting on 6s, the first 10. 3 hits from the first 10. The second 10, no hits. The third 10, 2 hits for a total of 5.
Yeah.
Fourth 10, 2 hits, 7.
Yeah, 7.
Fifth 10, nothing. Sixth 10, 2. 9
9, yeah.
So 9 wounding on 5s. Oh, 2. Could it be enough this time?
1 wound left, and he survives.
My Dominators are going to fire into your librarian. Oh, I really don't like him. So yeah, that's going to be 5 shots.
Yeah.
I don't think any are in rapid. One's in rapid fire. Yes.
What are they, bolters?
Bolters. I don't think they've not got anything super special.
Okay.
So 6 shots and they're combi. So I get to re-roll
4.
Yeah.
Out of the 6.
So 4 hits.
4 hits, needing 4s to wound.
3
wounds.
Oh.
It's fine.
Oh, there's nothing else I can do at him. I've got 18-inch range on my stupid shrapnel bolters. Scorpius. Won't be able to hit him because he's too close. I'm going to check what the Scorpius is in range of. So the Scorpius can't shoot at flyers. That's 72 inches away, the Kazagans. And that's far too danger close. Give me a second, Pete. Give me a second. Don't shut off my reaction. Don't want you to shut off my reaction.
What do you mean?
I think, Pete, that is over to your go.
So now you know I'm going to turn off your intercept reaction.
You probably are. You probably are. I should have maybe left myself a gap to long bomb the Dominators. So, in the start of Pete's turn 2, do you score any objectives?
No.
No. So, Pete, what are you going to do to start?
So, before...
No, let me use my psychic power, in fact. You're going to use your psychic power to turn off reactions.
To turn off an intercept reaction, yes.
Las cannons.
Yeah, from the las cannons.
Funny that.
Yeah.
Funny that.
So...
You are, in fact, in range.
Yeah.
It's my prescience astounds me at times. So the leadership check. Oh, he passes.
Yeah.
I was so hoping for the double 6.
So now to see if my stuff comes on. So the Fire Raptor on a 3-up. And the Xiphon on a 3-up. Yes.
The silence after the Fire Raptor says it all. So we will come back like last time. It's a bit clunky with the flyers. We'll come back at the end of the movement phase for Pete.
Enough of them by now.
How many Thunderhawks have you actually painted?
4.
4 Thunderhawks.
4 Thunderhawks. Oh, and now I'm painting the 5th because I'm doing the mini one in the same pattern as that.
Okay. So at the end of Pete's you've got your Kazagans.
I have moved them. I've moved them slightly back.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. Strange that.
Didn't walk away from the Velataris, you coward. They're just basic humans.
Yeah, but it's if they decide to move up here.
Oh, the Tactical Marines.
Yeah.
Ah, because
there's a good couple of objectives this way, isn't there? So
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you sort of scuppered me with your psychic powers in that turn. So,
Ooh, I haven't done anything with him yet.
You've not. Where is he going to go? That's in the outtakes. So, Pete, where have you ended up on in this phase?
So where's movement? The Stormseer's moved back here. He's retreated. Interesting rule find, and apparently a shout out to Henry. Anti-grav or cavalry cannot move over, or rather jet bikes, javelins, other speeders can't actually move over other units in this edition. According to the rules as they're written, the only ones that we could find that can are jump packs and jet packs.
Because they specify that you can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas anti-grav don't have the ability. They don't exclude themselves from not being able to. That's a terrible way of saying it.
For units, they can't move over, but for terrain, they can move over, no matter what the size. So anyway, he's moved back there. The Kazagans have retreated a little bit, just mainly to make sure that you're coming towards me with your guys that you've got left there. The Thunderhawks moved up minimum, but we got to the point where it was a little bit wobbly, so we've just marked a dice where it's supposed to be. Otherwise,
wobbly model syndrome.
Yeah, wobbly model. Yeah. The Xiphons come on, and it's just going straight for either the tacticals or the dominators. I have to start dealing with them if I need to land at some point.
Now you've come on and you shut off my reaction for my las cannons.
Yeah.
My plasmas are going to intercept the
Xiphon, yeah?
Yeah. And let's go through the rest of the...
Yeah, you're well within rapid fire for all of those.
Okay.
The Storm Eagle that was damaged has just moved forward as much as it can.
So that's its flat 18, isn't it?
Yeah, flat 18, no modifiers to that. It's just as it says in the rules. And this Storm Eagle is banked right just to start moving to where there's a lot more targets of opportunity.
Like stuff going on, basically, yeah. Has anything dropped down to like hover mode yet?
Not yet.
No. Need to wipe out everything of high value first. Oh, because it's like tactical marines in all of them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, with that, let's get into the plasma's rapid fire.
Yeah.
So, I'll roll 18 dice and re-roll 2. I've got 2 gets hot at the moment with 3 hits. The re-rolling of the 2, nope, but another gets hot. So I've got 3 gets hots on 3 ups, they're all fine. And then I've got 3 hits that are strength 8 because I'm Iron Warriors.
Yeah.
So I get a nothing, definite. What is your armour on the side, Pete?
I believe it's 11 all around this time.
11 all round. So I've got a 10 at least.
Yeah.
And then a 10 depending on the armour. So the penetrating result is a 4. So it's stunned, so you're snap firing this turn.
Okay.
Okay, and that's over to your shooting phase there.
Cool. I'm going to start with the Gazagans, and they're going to shoot at the Velataris.
Okay.
So I'm going to shoot the Carries again first. So 12 shots with the with the Carries assault cannons, hitting on 3s.
Yep.
No rerolls.
And this into the bigger squad?
Yeah, the biggest squad.
Rather than this squad of 2.
Yeah.
And then we're killing
on 2s.
Huge, yeah.
And there's the most ones that I could have rolled. 4 of them.
So 4, I sort of want to start taking from the... Oh, you're going to ignore their feel no pain anyway. So that's 1. And then another 3. 1, 2. And leave the sergeant at the back.
Okay.
I want the axe.
So now onto the Reaper autocannons.
Yeah.
All but 1 hit. Now all hit with the twin linked. Strength 7, so 2s again. And
3.
that's 3.
So that's 3 from this base.
Now I do have bolt pistols and hunter killer missiles left.
Okay.
So I got 1 more weapon that I can shoot. So bolt pistols they're out of range on. So I'm actually going to shoot 2 hunter killer missiles into that squad because I think in this game that's all that's going to happen.
Okay.
With this squad. So 2 hits and 1, 2 dead.
Okay, 2 dead Velataris. In the biggest waste of resources that the legions have ever committed. But he's getting the desired effect, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah.
What are we paying by the missile?
So next, my Stormseer is going to pin the last cannon squad.
Oh, do you know what? Last cannon squad.
Hallucinations on the last cannon squad, so it goes off.
Yeah.
And 6 dice, needs anything but 1s. So
4.
it's add 4 to your dice roll, please.
Oh, leadership 8. Come on.
I'm going to put a heavy bolter in there because I am within a 36-inch range,
Yeah,
and I've got
because you
firing
can.
protocols too. So all hit,
Yeah.
all wound.
I'm going to start tanking on the techie. He loves it. He loves it. Love it. Love it.
Okay.
He takes him.
So that squad is not pinned.
No. Which I imagine alters what you're going to do a little bit.
Yeah.
So your Xiphon.
So the Xiphon is going to fire at the Dominators as it was intended, but it is going to be snap firing now.
Okay.
Do you want to do anything to react?
No. How many shots does it have?
It has. It's got 5 shots, all twin linked.
All strength 8 AP2.
At least strength 8 AP2.
I'm going to evade. You're making me. Go on.
The mind games aren't supposed to work on you. You're normally the one dishing out them.
No, I think it's the right call. It's the most ignoring armour that you've got.
Okay. So 2 hits so far. 1 from a las cannon, 1 from a rotary missile. Oh. And bouncy tray, doing the bouncy thing. There.
It's a product feature. It makes the game incrementally more fun.
From the las cannon on a 2-up.
Yeah.
And from the rotary missile launcher. There we go. So 2 wounds.
So the rotary launcher actually ignores cover. So I get a 4-up against that. I do, luckily. And then the las cannon, I will actually get my shrouded as well.
Yeah.
So I've got a 4-up followed by a 5-up. No, a dominator dies. The hero of the legions goes down.
Oh well.
But heroes never die, Pete. Heroes never die.
Yeah.
Like a goonie. Ooh, you've popped one of my reactions already.
I know.
For nothing. Literally no benefit.
This one is going to fire one las cannon down at this tactical squad.
Yeah, so this is the snap firing Storm Eagle.
Snap firing Storm Eagle. He's going to snap fire one las cannon at the tactical squad, another las cannon at the Dominator squad, and I don't think that they can fire directly downwards.
No, I think that'd be a bit backwards.
That would be.
So veterans are into here.
I can't see over there. I can't see.
Maybe the veterans. I think you just about get angle. I think you just about get angle on the veterans, to be honest.
The difference is then that I'm going to have potentially 10 veteran shots coming back up at me.
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ignore that one and just do the 2 las cannon shots. So las cannon at the tactical squad.
Yeah.
Twin linked. No. And las cannon at the Dominators. Hits. Oh. Wounds.
4 up. Yes. Yes. You know, I'm going to be so sad when this squad. It gets wiped out every game. Every game.
This Storm Eagle is going to be firing its big blasts here.
Okay.
Unsurprisingly. It's going to be firing its multi-melter at the Dominators.
Yeah. And the 2 las cannons. Where?
It's going to fire one las cannon into the Scorpius.
Okay.
And the other las cannon into the Dominators.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, actually, this las cannon, I won't fire into the Dominators. I'm going to fire into the back of the Rhino. Because if the Rhino explodes, that's going to do a lot more fun.
Right. Okay. So start into the Rhino.
Yes, funnily enough. So at the back of the Rhino. Twin linked.
Misses.
Oh, that would have been so fun. Las cannon Scorpius. The first one hits. Side of a Scorpius is 12. So, bouncy tray and Sunder.
4. So 13
pen.
6 up cover save. No. Is in the side arc.
Goes up to 3.
3 is snap firing next turn.
Yeah.
Shaken, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, multi-melter at the front at a Dominator. Hits.
Yep. 2 up.
Wounds.
4 up save. No, another hero dies.
And then finally we're on to blasts.
Yeah. Oh, this is painful.
I'm going to go there.
Okay.
Actually, these are the strength 6 guys, aren't they? So I'm actually going to go over that guy's head. That one by there.
Right, so that's over the medic.
Yeah.
So this is strength 6, is it, or strength 5?
Strength 5 AP 4.
You're getting near the end of your shooting now?
Haven't fired that yet.
No, but do I preserve mooks in order to just preserve mooks? 5 las cannon shots, is it worth it? Yeah, go on, kill my mooks.
Okay, so first one,
2 inches
2
off.
inches that way.
So it goes there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, and then the second one.
Could really do with this one hitting. Oh, 1 inch.
So
1 inch. So there. So 3 from that unit.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
So 15 on the unit of 10 at the front.
Yeah, and 5 on the unit at the back. Now I've got 5 dice in my hand, so we're doing that one first.
Okay.
So 2s.
Yeah.
4
die, or 4 cover saves from the trees. They're in the trees. So
3 die.
3 die. Okay. And then the 15 on the unit of 10 at the front. And this might be slightly painful. Oh, you don't double me out as well, so I actually get a 6 up medic feel no pain.
Is that not? Oh yeah, that's
because you need strength 6 to like. Yeah, they all 3 die though. So 15, and these won't get cover saves.
It's just the ones, isn't it? So down to 13, please.
13. This might be enough to do him in, Pete. This might be enough to do him in. 6s for the feel no pain. You do him in.
Okay.
There's 11 out of the 10 die.
And they're the strength 6 rifles, so I'm glad that they went.
So actually, all Solar now have strength 6 rifles. It's just a base thing. You don't have to upgrade anymore. So... Oh, 11 out of the 11 die because there's a medic.
Yeah.
So, perfectly killed the squad. Don't even have to mess about on the movement trays. So,
Okay.
Thunderhawk.
Thunderhawk.
Where's he going, that boyo?
Well, I'm definitely not shooting the las cannon squad.
The mere presence protects themselves.
Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fire it at... I'm going to fire it at the plasma squad.
Okay, so that's the Thunderhawk cannon.
That's the big cannon. I'm then going to put...
2 lattice cannons and a heavy bolter again, or?
No, I'm actually going to put 3 heavy bolters into the infantry.
Ah, so 12 heavy bolter shots total.
Yeah.
Into the 20 squad, is that? Or what used to be the 20 squad?
Yeah. So I'm in range. Feels a bit more...
You'd be wiping out mooks.
Yeah. I'm wiping out scoring units.
Yeah. It makes complete sense, Pete. I cannot fault your logic at all.
So I'm going to do the big blast first, just in case it scatters.
Yeah. So it's into the plasmas.
This is into the plasma.
They will return fire.
I thought you might, yeah.
Yeah. Because I've got 2 reactions a phase. I might as well do it.
His head's going to be the best one.
Okay. So it scatters off.
Again, scatters.
3 inches.
3 inches that way. So it's to that line.
Okay.
So I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. So 6 2-ups which rend on 6s. Oh
Wow.
Wellity.
It's all coming up Millhouse. 3 wounds, 3 rends, please.
Right, so the 3 wounds I'll start tanking on the sergeant.
Well, I thought you might.
Yeah, he lives. Oh,
He does not live.
He's got no feel, no pain because it's strength 8.
Ah.
So that is... Oh, we get cover save for the field. So that's him, the sergeant, dead.
Yeah.
And then 3 cover saves for the field. Nothing. 3 die. So I'm going to take off... Oh, do I want the aiming one or the grenade throwing one? Well, you're in planes, so I'm going to take off the grenade throwing one. Because I think he's doing the wrong action for what's going on currently. But I do have 10 plasmas firing back.
Yeah.
After the members have been removed, before mitigation, I make my reaction attack. So the squad members that I removed at the front were actually in rapid fire range. I'm going to get 7 shots, including the sergeant, which have already died. So I'll roll them separately because they can't die a second time. So that's lucky because I've got 2 overheats, but I've got no hits. Now, the squad members that can still die because they're still alive after the shot, I get 1 hit and no overheats.
Okay.
So the 1 hit is strength 8 because it's a Iron Warrior's plasma
And
on your
minus
flare shield.
Flare shield.
So nothing.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing. And over to your heavy bolter shot.
Heavy bolter shooting at the Malosian
The
Auxilia.
thoracite auxiliary. Yeah, the thoracite.
So twin linked on this out of the 12 shots.
Yes.
I've so far missed with 3.
10 total.
Yeah, 10 total.
So 2s, and I will only get my 6-up feel no pain against this.
So 2s.
8.
8.
So 8 6-ups. 8 6-ups. No, 8 dead.
No.
So that is 7. 8. So that squad's been severely hampered in their... I'm going to have to say that like a non-idiot. So that... So that squad's been severely hampered in its advance.
Okay.
Fairly successfully by you, Pete. Is that the end of your shooting?
I think that is all my shooting. So over here you've got 1 save to make.
So I've got a leadership test.
Is he actually supposed to be with them?
Yeah, I just took all the ones in the middle. So the leadership test on leadership 10, because I've got a Vox. They love it.
Yeah.
They're really great.
You've lost 2 Dominators, but they're fearless.
They're not, they're stubborn 10.
Ah, 7-10.
So they love it as well.
Okay.
And then the squad that's literally been reduced to half.
And these as well.
Yes.
Because you've lost 4, haven't you?
I have. So do you know what? I'll do the Iron Warriors first, because when they run away I can cheer myself up because the Thorikites might not. So the Iron Warriors first, the leadership 8. They love it because they have an apothecary.
Yeah.
Which is actually now, I think, one of the sneaky benefits of an apothecary in Tech Marine.
Yeah.
The leadership 8 that they have.
Oh yeah, when I was running my plasma bikers, the sergeant was the first one in the squad to die because he had the artificer armour. He was less useful than the apothecary who was given the feel no pain.
Yeah, as well. So it's the double benefit now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So then the Thorikites, oh, they love it.
Yeah.
There's no point even rolling it for them. They're so brave, those basic humans.
Nobody running away. Okay, so
Iron Warriors, turn 3.
Mm-hmm.
So on turn 3, I have remembered my my drill full of breaches. So I'm going to roll for them on a 3-up. Oh, they come in. They were just waiting in the wings. They knew exactly what they were doing.
Checking out if Phil's got any glue.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, where do I go?
So you've got an objective by here. You've got an objective by there, or if you want to obviously nuke one of the units that I've got left that you can
I
actually.
sort of want to have a go of the Thunderhawk. So I'm going to go round this corner.
Yeah.
And go 4 inches this way. And I believe I hit you. Do I come?
Not a flyer.
Oh, right. So yeah, I just get pushed to there and I will deploy the squad. Yeah. So my Breacher squad has bailed out of their termite here. And I'm going to have a go at meltering me a Thunderhawk.
Are you going to do any more movement?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. My tactical marines have recovered from pinning. Oh, you feel close enough to charge, but I can't actually do it.
No, you can't.
no, Max, no, you can't. My plasma guns are going to stomp up to this point, feeling all brave now that they've passed a leadership check. Do you want to react, Pete? He does want to react.
I do actually, and I'm going to move far back to the line because that would put none of them out of rapid fire range. I thought I did. I thought it happened.
So close yet so far. My Breacher Sergeant is actually going to move up 6 inches and the front of the squad is going to stay where they are. My other Breacher squad is going to run for the cover of this hill. Not my Breacher. I've been saying Breachers. My Velataris squad's going to run for cover of that hill. Oh, my multi-lasers are just going to start moving this way a little bit, taking their mobile walls with them that are on the bases. God, come out and fight me, you're all in your flying blooming transports.
My 3 tactical squads.
Yeah, I think Pete's got an end of game objective. What do you viewers think? I know you've seen it. I've also not scored any objectives this turn.
Okay.
Yeah, just to let you know, because it's part of the game is working out what the other person's got.
We might have the same one.
Yeah, I think we do, in fact. So, Las Squad 1 moves up, and Las Squad 2 moves up. There's not a ton to actually do on the Iron Warrior side. Everyone's just sort of stomping forwards. I imagine some tactical squads are going to get out and ruin my Las Cannons' day. So actually the veteran squads aren't going to go that way. The veteran squads are going to go backwards under the realisation that Pete's probably got an end of game objective, which is score my objective, I'm assuming now. He could just bail out on his turn 3 and from turn 4 just score some objectives, but I think we've both guessed now what each others have got. Pivot round the corner. That is my movement phase with the quad launchers having moved to the side just to get a bit of a firing angle.
Okay.
Yeah, so into the shooting phase.
Cool.
I'm going to start with my breachers firing into the Thunderhawk.
Okay. It's 3, isn't it?
3 total, yeah. So that's popping a combi melter to actual melter guns.
I'm going on the thing that you haven't got your weighted dice.
I'm going to, just for that,
Put
use
one
a
of Hobby Butterfly's dice, yeah.
No, nothing. So that's the combi melter popped.
Okay.
But, you win some, you lose some. I'm going to start snap firing the las rifles from the Auxilia into the Xiphon.
Okay.
So, all this front 10 are in, the next 5 are in, and the rear 5 all are in. So that's, I'll fire in the 2 squad like nature intended, I suppose. Do you know? So, do you want to jink with that Xiphon?
No, thank you.
No. So I'm hitting you on 6s for nothing. And so the second 10 are going to do exactly the same. Oh!
Wow.
4 6s, yes. Yes, it's looking up, lads. So, strength 6, what is your 11 all rounder?
11 all round.
So 5s. Nothing.
Okay.
Ooh. It's nastier now. I'm going to fire my Rhino's combi... I should have moved the Rhino. The Rhino's going to fire its combi bolter into the Storm Seer. Are you going to do anything?
No.
Combi bolter. Combi bolter. Come on, combi bolter. Hits. Out of the tray. That's not the tray's fault, Pete. It doesn't wound. I also didn't move my tactical squad like an idiot.
Would you like to move it now?
That one, yeah, I would have.
Yeah.
And finally, the tactical squad has ran to the centre of the board, just plugging their way up the table. So next, my Dominators are all going to snapfire into the Xiphon, because they've got strength 5 on their combi bolters because they're Iron Warriors. Also included in that is my pistol from my Praetor on my Warsmith. So the pistol hits... Oh, if this downs the Xiphon, you'll never live it down. Another hit from the combi bolters, and the reroll, because they're combi, hits again. Just demonstrating to the rest of my army how you actually hit a plane with a rifle. 6s for nothing. But they could hit. Well done. Well done. So, the Nemesis bolters from my vets. There's 8 of them, and they're going to fire...
Strength 5, yeah?
Strength 5, so +1 because I'm Iron Warriors, with the rending for plus D3 if I get the 6. So any 6s will automatically pen. So 6s to hit.
Sorry.
Go on. Are you jinking? You can jink if you want. So I've got 2 hits, and then I'm fishing for 6s, which will rend. Oh, well that's fairly good. So with that, the flyer crashes and burns in a random direction, which goes 11 from the centre, which sort of gets over the top of Pete's other Steagle. Don't think that will actually hit anything from that point on the Steagle. Yeah. So that was very effective. Very, very effective.
But there is 10 guys in there.
10?
10.
Are they all... Oh, so this is distributed as shooting. So I'll roll the 10. It's strength 8 AP 2. And then you take off whoever you want. So 1 survives.
Okay.
So I imagine the sergeant will survive. So the flyer is removed. So the sergeant pops out.
Yep.
And Pete takes a pinning check for being a wrecked, or being a disembarked from a wrecked flyer. Yeah. He's fine. Loves it. They've been blown out of a flyer before.
Yeah.
Don't panic, everyone. Everyone. So I'm going to fire my quad mortars here into the Steagle.
Okay.
So that's 8 shots, of which
it's 8 now, isn't it?
Well, it's because there's both of them.
Both of them.
Yeah. They're not twin linked, but it's up to you.
Whereas the other one needs 6s followed by 6s, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas this is 6s followed by 4s.
Yeah, so basically Pete's weighing up. Is it 8 shots that aren't twin linked at strength 8?
Yeah.
Or 18 shots twin linked at strength 6, which will need 6s to glance?
Yeah, I'm gonna jink against the quads.
Okay.
Yeah.
So against this
Against
particular
this,
attack.
yeah.
Yeah, so 6s to hit, get 1 hit.
1, yeah.
And then strength 8, I need 4s to glance.
Yeah.
And I've got Sunder.
No.
Sunder. No. Yes, a glance.
Yeah. But then I get to try and evade it.
Yeah, you're 5 up.
Which I
He
do.
does. But he's popped one of his crucial shooting phase reactions. I'm next going to fire the quad mortars into the same target. Not the quad mortars, the multi-lasers.
Multi-lasers, yeah.
So the rapiers from here into the Storm Eagle, 18 shots, hitting on 6s. That's 1. Looks like you jinxed the right one, to be honest.
And let's do all that again.
Oh, it gets in a bit better.
4.
So yeah, 4 total hits.
But you now need 6s.
I do. So fishing for 6s again. 1.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, not the worst decision that you junk the first one.
Yeah.
My Volkites from over here are going to fire into. So the first unit of 2 are going to fire into your speeders.
Okay.
The other unit of 4 isn't in range, because I wanted to know that. You can pre-measure, and now you know.
Yeah.
Do you want to do anything?
Nope.
Funny that one. So 2 Volkite shots, hit twice, wound on 6s.
This one. And an armor save of 3 up.
Yeah.
No, so...
And deflags and gets another one.
Yeah. There. So, one's down to 3 wounds.
Okay. The las cannons, of which 5 of them are going to shoot at... I really want to murder that Stormseer, but I might just back myself. Do you know what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm going to fire the twin-linked calivers off the termite into your Stormseer if it's in range.
Okay.
Will you just check that for me, please?
15, yeah?
15, yeah.
Yeah.
So the Volkites into the Stormseer.
Okay.
So 4 shots hitting on 3s. Luckily,
Okay.
there's twin-linked because 3 misses. 3 hits
3
now.
hits. Strength 5, 3s.
2.
2.
Ooh. Ah, no. You see, I'm half tempted to fire my las cannons into the Stormseer. The difference is really, Pete's going to have to be really careful with his Fire Raptor placement, because he can't shut down my reaction anyway for the intercept. So I'm going to have at least one other if Pete doesn't place his Fire Raptor in the uselessness over there.
You say useless is over here. There's a scoring unit on.
Yeah. I'm going to fire at the Storm Eagle. Not the Storm Eagle, the
Stormseer.
Stormseer, yeah.
Okay, before you roll any dice.
Yeah.
So, I'm not within range that way.
Oh, of hallucination.
Yeah.
Right. Because you move backwards in your shooting phase. So, were you not? I imagine you weren't expecting me to shoot my las cannons at him.
No, I was thinking
they better target. Yeah. Well, these better targets, I agree.
Yeah.
But he's going to be incredibly annoying all game.
So I'm going to give him a evade.
You can't, because I've got night vision because of my technique.
Okay.
So Pete's not using that.
Actually, he's got 5 up invulnerable anyway, so.
Yeah, he'll have his save. Yeah. What I'm saying is, you've saved that for later, haven't you?
Yeah, I have saved that for later.
So I hit on 2s, and then I wound on 2s. So 4 wounds on the Stormseer.
Okay. Well, I think he's done a really good job.
Do you know what? He actually has as well.
No.
Bye-bye, Stormseer. But yeah, as you say, he has done a genuinely really good job.
Yeah.
He's been... To say that he was on like 1 wound for a couple of turns...
since turn 1.
Yeah, he soaked up multiple units firepower and been really, really annoying. And that is my shooting phase, Pete.
Yeah.
Of which we'll go into your turn 3.
Yeah.
With me not scoring yet again. So, into Pete's turn 3. Pete.
Yeah.
What's
Does
occurring?
the Fire Raptor come on?
Oh! Which is a blow, I imagine.
It's hurting now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so Scar's turn 3.
Yeah, so what has happened is the Thunderhawk has actually gone into hover mode and gone back there. I've taken it off its base just so that it represents that it is in hover mode. Okay.
Yes.
The Kazagans have moved up slightly, and possibly going to go at the multi lasers or something like that.
Yeah.
This has moved forward. It's looking at this unit, or what's left of the infantry down here. We've marked it with a dice just because of wobbly model syndrome, but the Xiphon is there, ready to shoot down at the las cannons.
Yes.
And finally, one last thing. He's going to move in to that doorway.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's got movement of 8. He's just inside, -2 to his movement. So
Okay, so 6 inches over.
yeah, he's on the bottom floor, but I'll put him below.
Okay. I'm going to react to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to move my 3 inches with my heavy squad
Yeah.
just further up, slightly up the battlefield.
You get the extra movement.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking about doing it towards the Thunderhawk, but the Dominators need to be dominating something, and they've done nothing all game. They've scored some hits.
So I'm going to start off the Xiphon shooting down at the las cannon squad.
Oh, they are going to. They're going to Bitter Fury.
Double shots.
Double shots, but gets hot.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
my shots come first.
Yeah.
All hit.
Yeah. Who's the wound?
4 wounds at doubling out and AP2.
Okay. So I've got a 5 up cover save because I'm in a ruin or a building. I'm going
those 3 ignore cover.
Right. So 3 out of the 4 ignore cover.
Yeah, so you got.
So I'm going to start on the 3 that ignore cover on my. Oh, I've not got a refract field on the Tech Marine because they don't just come with it. Is there any? There's nothing I can do against it. I've just got to remove shit. So on the 3 that ignore cover, I'm going to take Tech Marine because I'm firing at flyers all game. I don't really need him.
Yeah.
My Apothecary because Pete's firing a load of strength 8 at me, and just a random mook. Then on the one that doesn't ignore cover, on a random mook, he dies.
Yeah.
So I'm left with 3 not Iron Havocs.
Okay, but you still get to shoot with the 5 of them.
Yes.
Twice.
So the 3 that are alive, first one overheats and doesn't hit. The second one overheats and doesn't hit. Third one overheats and doesn't hit. And that's all at AP2.
Okay.
So they just die with no armor save.
Wow.
Then
The
I've
2
got,
that.
2 that are already dead. 1 hit.
1 hits.
Strength 10. It pens.
Depends what to do.
4. So it's stunned. So it will move 18 inches forward in its next turn and leave the combat airspace.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, such a good reaction.
I went through first edition with 2 Xiphons. I thought that they were coolest.
Yeah.
Didn't do the lightning meta. That is vindication.
Oh, I need to get mine painted. Yeah.
Oh, I am really fucking torn over here for either firing them at these because they're scoring or firing at that because
that's more damaging.
It's a threat. I still think I've got enough turns to actually mop up those guys there, so I'm going to go against
the multi-lasers.
The multi-lasers, yeah.
And I'm artillery, so can't react.
Ah, even better.
Oh, you not factored that into the plans?
I have not factored that in. Yeah. So the reds are the Carries assault cannon.
Yeah.
The whites are Reaper autocannons.
Okay.
So the reds cannot twin link. So all hitting on 3s. I've missed 3 times with
red.
Oh, yeah. I've got another. Sorry, that was only 1 Carries because they're 6 dice each.
Right.
So
you got that many hits?
So 1 Reaper assault cannon missed. Reaper autocannon missed. It is twin linked. It hits the second time round. And here's the second Carries, to which again 3 hits.
Times. So I'm toughness 3 majority.
Yep, I'm toughness
strength more than a lot more than mine.
6 and 7. So we've got multiple rounds.
So one thing I didn't actually notice in the Solar book is Auxilia Rapier Battery Gunners have a 3-up save.
Okay, so
What?
So from that then,
Yeah,
you've
3
got
Rens.
and 5 armor saves because that's all AP 4.
So I'm going to take the 3 Rens and just remove this base.
Yep.
And then got 5 armor saves, AP 4, so 3 ups.
Well, did you know that Auxilia Rapier Battery Auxilia men have a 3-up armor save?
They do. However, that 3-up armor save is worth nothing apparently. Oh, I'll tell you what.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So over here, I'm gonna fire the big blast down at there. I think that's the only thing.
The squad. Yeah.
All the weapons have to fire down at there.
Which squad are you going on?
I'm gonna fire a last cannon at the back of that, just in case it blows up.
Right. Okay.
Multi-melter down at this squad. Last cannon down at this squad.
So that's the command squad. Yeah. At the back.
Is it a command squad of like 10 or so?
10 a medic, and it's got my not my Praetor, my Solar Marshal.
Oh, okay, yeah, even better then. So, las cannon.
Yeah.
At the back of
The Rhino.
the Rhino.
Yeah.
Fails, but it's twin linked. It hits this time at 10, so 1s to glance.
Yeah.
Pens.
And see what it does.
See what it does. It blows up.
Of course it does.
And
So how far?
3.
So we got a lot of dudes.
So
10?
it's that squad, not the other squad. So it's 10 guys.
So 10 strength 8s.
8.
So 8 AP dash.
AP dash, yeah.
I'm just double checking before there's something that means that my Sky Squad auto died. So, oh, that wasn't bad. Only 3 die.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
But there were three that I hadn't intended shooting in the first place.
Yes, yeah, of course. Well, at least you can stop me shooting that combi bolter at random things all game ineffectually.
Stormseer's not there anymore.
Yeah, yes, first. Yeah, and 3 from the squad dead.
Yeah.
And that's a lead. Will you put 2 dice for there for me?
2 dice, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, on here, I'm going to go on that guy's head.
The radio operator.
Yeah,
You get 10 if you hit.
Yeah, so first one, 1 inch.
Slightly off.
So there, it's going to save a couple. Well, actually, it's going to save 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, and then the second one.
1 inch that way. So that way, it's going to save 1 this time. So how many was in that squad?
That was 12 total.
12, so 11. So that's 21.
Yeah.
21 wounds.
And I will now move the dice straight.
Oh, thank you ever so
I
much.
know, I'm so gracious.
And Ambassador, you were spoiling us. Right, here we go.
Go on.
So 2s, yeah?
Yes,
That was
2s.
1. So
17?
4, 17, yeah.
Do you mind me using them dice?
Go for it.
So, we've got 17 wounds. I'm going to start tanking on the Lord Marshal, who is a 3-up save with heavy. And I'm going to do these. He's got 4 wounds, so I'll do them in 4s. He loves the first 4. The second 4 with heavy. Oh, he takes a wound. He's got 3 left. Take them in 3s. With heavy. With heavy. So he takes 2 wounds total and has 2 wounds left.
Okay.
That's fairly effective.
Multi-melter and a las cannon. So the las cannon, twin linked.
Damn you, bouncy Dre.
Multi-melter, hits, wounds.
And
You want to tank that on the Lord Marshal?
I'm tempted to.
You should. You really should.
But I'm not going to.
Oh, sad face.
So just one dude dies.
The Lord Marshal?
No.
Oh, okay. That was a really good use of that.
Yeah, the actual split, yeah. Thank you, Pete. Thank you. But I actually looked it up. I won't profess to just having that on hand. I looked it up while you were rolling the hits. So,
Okay.
so Thunderhawk.
Yeah, the
That's it, dude.
Thunderhawk, it's going to fire its big cannon. Sure.
Oh, my blob.
Yeah. It's then going to put...
It's las cannons into the blob.
I'm going to fire 2 las cannons and a Hellstrike missile into the blob.
Okay.
And then I'm going to fire the blast
Into the blob.
into the blob.
Okay. Now, as a long-time Iron Warrior player, Pete, I suggest you fire the blast first, because you'll get more hits if you fire the blast first. It's the most annoying thing when you fire everything else, and then you remove models that you could have got hits with the blast.
Okay, alright. So it's going on that guy's head.
Okay.
That one. The melter guy. It hits.
So it gets everyone.
So, yeah, it gets everyone. So how many were in there?
So there are 11, including the apothecary, and then the termite.
So the termite, let's do that first. Actually, yeah, because it can explode.
Yeah.
Yeah? So,
Termite pens.
pen,
And what does it do?
nothing.
In the tray. You get to roll it in the tray. Immobilized. So, termite on 2 hull points left? 2? On a lesser amount of hull points than it was before.
11. And I need 6s
Yeah.
for the rends. So I've got 1 rend, 2 rends. And
Okay.
then
A lot of stuff.
8 AP4s.
So the 2 rends, I've got a 5 up 'cause I'm a breacher, so 1 dies. Oh, I should have reacted here. Don't matter. So that's the 2 rends, and then I've got 8 saves. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm going to be really annoying. Sorry, Pete, on the sergeant.
Deserve that.
He's got heavy.
Ah!
You got heavy. So 3 left. Yeah. Sorry, Pete. Sorry, viewers.
And then everything else, twin link. Oh no, it's not twin linked. No, it's just 1 hit.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
a 2 up.
2 up. Wounds.
And a 5 up for my breacher shield. So a breacher dies. So 2 total deaths. Right, so that is the end of Scar's turn 3, of which I need to take a leadership check for my...
Oh, all those guys down there, yeah.
So, they love it because
Yeah.
they're solar. And that's over to Iron Warriors.
Rapier
turn
as
4.
well.
Oh yeah, the Rapiers. So I'm leadership 7 there because I've
Yeah.
not got a Vox. Oh, they
Fine.
love it.
Wow.
So that is now Iron Warriors turn 4. So in Iron Warriors turn 4, we're slightly getting down to the nitty gritty now of where I'm going to start revealing to Pete my objective. Pete, do you want to guess which one it was?
Being that you've just asked me, is that the one in my
Deployment zone.
Deployment zone.
Yeah. Yes, I do in fact have that one.
Yeah.
My breaches.
But you need to get a troop choice there, right? Or is it your...
So long as it's line, I just reckon when I blow you out of the Thunderhawk, I'm going to need some Terminators over there.
Okay.
Like that's the thought process there. So the breaches are going to form a nice little line in front of the Thork. My Velataris are actually going to move right up to the Kazagan because I actually plan on tying them up in combat this turn.
I've got hit and run.
Oh, have you got hit and run? Ooh. So, yeah, they're just going to move there anyway.
Yeah.
My rapiers are just going to plod a little bit forwards, trying to keep in line of sight of Pete Stiegel. The veterans are going to move backwards towards the objective, just to be denying it in the last turn. Because I'm still only assuming Pete has this objective, but I think it's becoming clearer and clearer that we both going for the last turn snipe of the objective, just like a cheap eBay buy. My plasmas actually are sort of split in what they want to do. I sort of want to rapid fire into this, and I'm going to give in to temptation. Because even if it's also wrong, Pete, it's also right. These militia, because then they're not as good as Solar. They're just going to run forwards, always snap firing. Pete's hiding out his dude. He's not yet declared to me that he's scored, so I'm gonna. Ooh, do I try and... No, I don't. I run towards the objective like a headless chicken, is what I do. So I'm going to go 7 to here, and then 11 gets my lead tactical to this point.
Goodbye. There?
Yeah, thank you. So the rest just follow on behind in the conga line of tacticals, doing nothing all game, starting on one side of the board and running to the other, getting pinned along the way. Will it work out for them? Tune in next time. So that's where everyone lines up, and we'll get into the shooting phase right now. I'm going to start off, Pete, with my breachers firing into your Thunderhawk.
Okay.
So 2 melter guns.
Yep.
2 hits.
Yep.
The first one
doesn't pan.
Yeah, because I've only got 11 there. The second one pens.
On a...
And doesn't explode.
Hang on.
It does. So I've got strength 9 melters.
So it's down... It's flare shield.
Yes.
Strength 8.
Yep. And I got a 5.
5.
So I've got a 13.
13. Yes.
Yes. And I've done the 5 for an explodes.
Okay, so it's D3.
Yeah. And does 3.
So...
It's got 5 left.
So you've done 4 there.
Oh, is it an extra D3?
Yeah.
Right.
Done 4 there. It's now taken 5 total.
Okay. My veterans over here are going to fire into the Stiegel. Mm-hmm. So they've got 8 shots.
Can I jink against this, please?
Yes. So you're evading.
I should have jinked against that one. I didn't even...
Do you want to roll it? Because that's each one only does 1, and that's the biggest threat over there. So
it's 2 dice.
1 dice.
1 dice.
1 5 up for your evade.
You got 2 hits, didn't
you? No, only 1 went through the armor.
Yeah, so yeah.
5 up evade.
No. Thank you.
It's okay. Of course, Pete, I don't think we're playing the type of game where we just like, no, fuck off. Especially when it's such an obvious thing that you like, well, you can do 1 reaction with each of them.
Yeah.
So my Nemesis bolters are going to fire into the Stiegel. And I imagine Pete's waiting for the plasma. So I've got 3 hits, and then I need 6s. So I get 1, which is a pen, which does a weapon destroyed. Actually, I thought he's stunned because I'm not AP2.
Okay,
because the 6 is so it's stunned. So locked into the 18 next turn. The plasma guns are going to fire upwards. 8. So the plasma guns are going to fire upwards into the Steagle. 1 gets hot and 3 hits.
Oh, I'm jinking against this.
Right.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. No, as I said before, you were like, that's exactly what you're waiting for.
Yeah.
So the gets hot, he's fine. And it does for the armour pen 2 nothings and a glance.
1 glance.
Because I'm Iron Warriors with +1.
1 glance. There.
Oh, he glances it off.
Yeah.
Not much else. That is both of your reactions though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Next, I'm going to fire the quad multi-laser into the Kazagan.
Cool.
Because I'm just sort of delaying for the end of the game what's happening. So 6 into the Kazagan, hitting on 4s with rerolls for twin linked. So 5 hits. Need 5s to wound at toughness 7. So 4 wounds. I was going to say AP dash. So 3 up saves.
So 1's down to 1 wound. Actually, taken 2. So 1 down to 1 wound.
Finally, my quad mortars are going to do exactly the same into the Kazagan. So 8 shots, hitting on 4s, 7 hits, wounded on 3s. So 6 wounds. AP 4. So Pete gets his 3 up save.
So 1 dies and the other one's on
3 wounds left. And the final thing for the turn will be the breachers assaulting the Thunderhawk.
Yeah.
So I get in because I'm an inch away. Oh. Yes, I get in, I've got to do.
Yeah.
So I'm going to strike with my Thunderhammer from the Sergeant. So he's 2 close combat, not 2 close combat weapons, 2 attacks base and charged. So I've got 3 attacks, hitting on 3s because of the weapon skill 1. So I get 3 hits.
Yeah.
And then strength 9 for my Thunderhammer, hitting on the rear armour. 3 pens, which do no explodes, but that 3 hull points. Right, so the rest of the squad is going to use their crack grenades. Need 6s, so 1.
Okay.
So that's a total of 9 hull points done.
Yeah.
So you are wrecked because I can't blow you up.
Yeah.
So decant your guys, Pete. Right.
Right, so the Thunderhawk has lost its last hull point now, and even though it's not flying, it is still subject, from looking at this, to the rules of lumbering flyers and catastrophic damage. So it's almost like it suffers a massive explosion, even though it's not flying or anything like that. It's
like a super heavy transport in the old edition.
Yeah. Right. So what happens is that it will effectively strength 10 AP3 hits against every model, friendly or enemy, within 6 plus D6 measured from the vehicle's hull before the model is removed from being destroyed.
Do you want to roll the D6?
Yeah.
6 plus D6?
So 12 inches.
Yes. And that's AP3, you say? AP3.
Strength 10 AP3, yeah. I take it you're going to tank them on the Sergeant, right?
No, I actually, I was thinking, it's weird because a crashing zooming flyer is AP2.
Yeah.
So it seems why have a higher strength but a lower AP?
Yeah.
But so my other squad is out. You've got my drill, if you want to roll for my drill.
So strength 10.
On the rear, pens.
10. And what's it do?
So it's immobilised and snap firing.
That melter cut is really going to come in useful now, isn't it?
Well, I can annihilate my own Terminator squad. So, do you want to roll for my squad, of which there is 9?
9, yeah. 5.
3.
9.
9. Right, cool.
1 survives.
3 ups. So 8. 5 ups, sorry.
Yeah.
So that's 3, 6, 7. Not so well this time. And then on the passengers,
I've got a squad of 10 in there.
so 6, 7, 10. So 10 passengers is 10 wounds.
And then I've got a squad of 6 Terminators.
Did you have Artificer Armour on the Sergeant in the
Yes.
squad? So the 6 Terminators is 6 wounds.
So how many of the tactical squad?
So 10 wounds on the tactical squad.
So Artificer Armour,
Yep.
fine. And then the Terminators,
All fine. Okay. And we will get that cleared up and come back. Okay, so we decided to call it there as you had 2 flyers that were zooming off the board,
yeah.
and it was just sort of, there was this human wave coming in onto the objective.
Yeah.
I'd actually guessed your objective wrong.
Yeah, you did.
So I thought that
Yeah.
you were coming for my rear objective.
Yeah. And even if it was that, I still was not in a position to do anything about it with that flyer, with the Storm Eagle that was locked 90 degrees in the wrong direction.
Yeah, so it's, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put the objectives at the bottom of the, like, what's
Yeah.
it called? Like a HUD or
Yeah.
a UI, whatever, what's it called? You know this sort of stuff. What's it called?
Yeah, the HUD.
Is it? Right, so I'm going to put like a HUD at the bottom, so hopefully you guys can see all these. If not, I'm incredibly incompetent. And I won't be cutting that out, so you'll be able to tell me that I am. But yeah, so I'd guess Pete's objective was getting into my deployment zone in a mirror of what I was trying to do. There just wasn't, with those flyers, I think, we were just saying this off camera, and I think it's worth having a talk about.
So Angel's Wrath is one of my favourite Writer Wars. You read or listen to any of the Black Library novels, and Space Marines are either coming in via drop pod assault, doing a spear tip assault through all of the books, even from the very first one, right up to whatever, right up to the Siege. And if they're not doing it recklessly with a drop pod assault, they're doing it with Storm Eagles, they're doing it with Thunderhawks, they're doing it with the other big...
Storm Eagle? Storm Bird?
Storm Birds, yes. And I should know because that's the other one there.
Yeah.
So they're always coming in like that. It is supposed to be that visual setting. The problem is in version 1, it didn't come in until at least turn 2. And in this one, you saw it that my Fire Raptor didn't come in at all.
Well, I think it's not so much a right of war problem anymore. I think actually the fixes of your transports coming in turn 1 means you can have that turn where, although you may not be able to land an assault, but no one can really assault on turn 1 except for a few certain units.
Yeah.
It's actually a problem with the flyer rules, where flyers now are actually seemingly a lot weaker. Although you've got the evade that is sort of comparable to Jinx.
So like we've seen fan rules that that they come up with a Jink rule, adding that back into the flyers as soon as they could, because they felt that the flyers were weaker. And I was a little bit hesitant of how flyers play, because I do have a lot of them, as you can see from here. But I took the Rite of War, the generic Rite of War, similar to you, out of the main rulebook to give myself 2 shooting reactions, and I didn't actually think of it at the time, but those 2 shooting reactions were really useful as evades on my flyers, including the Thunderhawk that can now evade.
Yeah.
But the Thunderhawk still, it's a lovely model. I have had 4 of them over my time.
Well, I think now it needs that all weapon shooting, and I think potentially, like, especially if it's me and you, we'll play it all weapon shooting. Yeah. And it needs that. And I think looking at what they could possibly do to make it a bit better, up the armour of it. Although it's 9 hull points isn't a large or small amount for something that size. Yeah. Like super heavies, a lot of them have around that or more. I think the problem comes with the armour value, where it can be done in by strength 6s. Strength 6s can do it. So when you get an army's worth of strength 6, it can add up to chipping off those hull points. Or like, so say the crack grenades that I just had, and that's a bit of an outlier because I say it's not often you charge a flyer. You get to do it on the Thunderhawk a bit because it's so large, but just them being able to do it, I think maybe side and front it needs a bit more armor.
My rule in my head in version 1 was I never landed my Thunderhawk because as soon as it came down it got pounced on. I made a mistake in this one because I moved it backwards to get a clean shot at your breaches because the Fire Raptor didn't come on, and that was what it was going to do. And it didn't have that whack, or it didn't have that.
You didn't have the immediate punch, did it? Yeah.
From that Thunderhawk cannon against the tactical Marines. If being that we're playing 3250, I could have taken the turbo laser on it and it would have just vaporized them.
I think that would have potentially been the better option because it's, what do you say it was before, like AP2 ignores cover?
Strength 12, I think, as well. Yeah.
So it's doubling out in everything including Abaddon. It's like he's doubling out Castellite. It's then AP2 and no one's getting shrouded because it ignores cover.
Yeah.
And I think, but then that's then good, right, as a weapon. Then I think it needs to fulfill its role as a transport. Yeah. Which still I think it needs that armor to be able to come in and survive a turn on the ground. Yeah. Up in the hull points, I don't think would do much because you're still hitting it easily when it's down. So you would just do it with slightly more squads. Yeah. I think it needs, personally, more armour value on it. But that's just our small amount of games on it.
I used to run them a lot in 3K games in version 1, because it's like I've got this model, I've really enjoyed painting it.
Well, it's like the iconic model as well, isn't it, for Space Marines? I mean, from the first metal Thunderhawk that would fall apart under its own weight, I think all of us that have played Space Marines wanted a Thunderhawk. Yeah. And we can finally get them, yes. But
they're just not good.
Yeah, rules-wise, not the best.
Yeah.
But we will see. We will see next time anyway. But hopefully it could go better. Maybe if the Stormseer could have survived a bit longer, you could have turned off the reaction and maybe taken out that unit a bit sooner. But we'll have to see. That's how it goes sometimes. So if you liked this game, if you like seeing Pete's beautiful flyers and these flyer armies, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say the outcome.
Getting seized on. That's twice I've been seized on as well. James seized on me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Scars are S tier, yet they keep on getting seized on.
And with that bombshell, I think we will close it out there. So if you liked the magnet trays that were in this game for the Solar, that just made it that bit easier for me to move them about, they're available from Mini Mag trays, where you can find the link below, and there is in the Patreon a discount code that you can get on their website. I will see you in a bit.